Hey guys, today we have the keys to the 2026 Kia Seltos and the 2026 Nissan Rogue, and we're gonna do a little comparison video between those two. So starting under the hoods, the Seltos has a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder and the Rogue has a 1.6-liter turbo 3-cylinder. So yeah, so this is like a compact versus subcompact review. We're gonna see what each car comes with, and at the end you guys can decide which one you guys would rather have. So starting with the Rogue, we'll start with the driver's seat and then we'll move to the Seltos driving seat. So getting in, you can push the button. It unlocks the front 2 doors, not the rear doors, so you can just come in and push that button. On the Rogue, you have automatic adjusting seats. Getting into the Rogue, as you can see, you have a small digital display in the middle with your analog displays on the sides, as well as your center display here. You do have heated seats, heated steering wheel. You have your AC control units right here as well. Let's just turn it on real quick. As you can see, the startup of the Rogue, your AC controls right here, heated seats for the passenger as well. You have your 2 cup holders, your gear selector, your parking brake, which is the switch, drive mode selector right here, as well as you have your cruise control options and your steering assist right here as well. It does come with a panoramic sunroof. Oh, I gotta use that one. Yep. You also have a nice little storage space here, a little thing right here, as well as your center console. Yeah, let's move on to the back. In the back here, I'll close the door. You have your vents right here, no climate control back here, just the front. You have pretty good legroom. Headroom is decent too, so you can fit back here. If you had a taller person driving, maybe you wouldn't fit as much as right here. But yeah, you do have grab handles, no sunshades, nothing. Now let's move to the back, but first you can also recline your seat up here if you would like. Not much because of the little cover, but yeah, moving to the trunk. Your trunk switches down here and that opens up your trunk, so you do have plenty of room. If you wanted to use the shade, you could, if I can do it properly. There you go. If you wanted to, you could, or you don't have to. Back here with the second row seats up, I have fit 2 suitcases in 1 hand carry. I felt like that was the maximum I could do, so if you have more luggage than that, most likely it will not fit. You would have to put the second row seats down. So yeah, as I said, this is the 2026 Nissan Rogue. It comes all-wheel drive standard. These are both base models, and yeah, let's get to the Seltos. So before we move on to the Seltos, you have your key here. You do have remote start, your lock, unlock, your trunk button, and your alarm system. And this car has keyless entry and it's a push to start. So yeah, so now moving on to the Seltos, here's the key. You have your lock, unlock, and horn button, your alarm button. You have no remote start because it's not a push to start. You have to use your key, and there's no keyless entry, so you have to actually use your key to unlock the car, get inside, and then use your key to start the car. So yeah, you don't have automatic seats. You have to manually adjust your seats. And getting in, you have a full digital display right here with your little display in the middle. You have your speed on the left, your RPMs on the right, and the faster you're going, the more of these little lines fill up, they light. You do have a wireless CarPlay in this car. You don't have it in the Rogue. You would have to plug in. And right here you have your AC controls, which is little knobs that you have to turn. As well, right here you have your gear shifter. You do have, here's your drive mode selector as well. You have heated seats in the front. No heated steering wheel. Gear selectors right here. You do have a manual parking brake, but sometimes I find it that the button does not want to go in, but it does right now. Yeah, moving to the back. So we are in my seating position, about my seating position right now. Getting into the back. It already doesn't look like there's much room. Yeah. As you can see, I believe my seat is all the way as far back as it can go. And my legs are pretty uncomfortable. This is a hard plastic type thing, so there's no cushioning for my knees. Headroom, there is a bit of headroom left. You don't have any cup holders in the middle seat, I do not believe, unless if I can put the seat down, which I don't think so. No cup holders in the middle. You don't have any AC vents back here as well, so just at the front. No sunroof either as well. So yeah, going to the trunk is a manual trunk, no automatic. You do have decent space back here as well. If you wanted to move your seats down for more space, you can. You have a little cover right here for your spare tire as well. And yeah, now that you've seen the outside of both, let's take them for a little drive, starting off with the Seltos. Put it in drive, parking brake down, and let's go. So this isn't gonna be like my review videos. If you want to see the review of the Seltos, I will link it up here. But yeah, so as you can see that when I'm accelerating, the line lights up, and when I'm decelerating, it stops lighting up. Your steering wheel is, my phone. Steering wheel right here is a little harder material, no soft cushioning. This car would be good if you wanted to buy this car as like a daily commuter. You could, just drive to work, uni, like work or school and back. You could do that. If you're gonna have people in the back, if it's like gonna be like a family car, I wouldn't recommend it for that. But yeah, as you can hear, engine sounds. This car is quiet compared to others. You don't really hear much of the engine. As you can also see, your display is fully digital, which I said before. So your gas gauge is at the bottom left, fully digital. Same thing with your the temperature as well. I do wish that the display, you can make the middle blank, because right now you would just have to have it at something. You can't do it blank, so that way maybe like the whole display can just be one thing instead of a separate item at the middle. So we're gonna do a little turning radius test and head back and pick up the Rogue. So the car does feel nice, as you can see. Good turning radius. So yeah, the car, as I said, it would be a good commuter car if you want. And a full tank, you get about 500 kilometers. I think since I picked up this car, I've driven about 100 kilometers. So you do get about 500 kilometers in a full tank. So yeah, we'll cut back when we get to the Rogue. So we have made it back to the Rogue, and parking this car, you pop it into reverse, and you do have not that high of a resolution screen, but it does get the job done. So yeah, you do have rear cross traffic and everything. I don't believe you have sensors at the back, but yeah, pop it into park, parking brake up, and take your key out. Oh, you can lock the car, which is kind of loud and annoying. That does get annoying. I have gotten a headache from this. I've had this car for a day, and yeah. So before we get into the Rogue, let's talk about pricing. So a base Kia Seltos starts at $29,000. A base Rogue starts at about $38,000. So about a $9,000 difference. So yeah. So now let's get into the Rogue. So now that we're in the Rogue, we can fire it up and go for a drive. So simply you can just put the car into drive, push the button, and yeah, which is much more easier than in the Seltos. And yeah, let's take it for a drive. Now the steering wheel of this is more cushioning, so it's not like that harder feeling. It's not as cushioned as, you know, some other vehicles, but I do find that it's better than in the Kia. And as you can see, my legs are pretty tied up. This is as far back as the seat goes, so it cannot go any further. But yeah, let's hop on the road. And as well, as I said, this is not like my review video where I go more in depth of the car. I will link that up here for this car. And yeah, so both of these cars are brand new, 2026. This car has almost 11,000 kilometers. That car has almost 6,000 kilometers. So yeah. So in this car, you know, engine noises are also quiet. The Kia's is quieter than this car. This car is a 1.6 or 1.5 liter turbo 3-cylinder, as I said at the start, while the Kia's is a 2 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. So yeah, you also do have paddle shifters in this car if you wanted to use it as well. But this car does drive nice and smooth. You can use this as, you know, as well as a commuter car, or if you wanted a bit of a family car, you can. You know, if you had younger kids and you wanted something like on a little budget, you can use this car. Even for older kids, you know, like me, sometimes I don't fit back there depending on who I'm sitting behind. But yeah, let's do a little U-turn test. So pull up the right side, check. So a bit wider than the Seltos, which is understandable because that is a subcompact SUV and this would be a compact SUV. I don't know why I keep turning my indicator on. Yeah, you also do have a little sunglass cubby up here. But yeah, let's take it back and we'll give our final thoughts. Pulling back up to the Seltos, as you can see, we'll park it up, give our final thoughts, and then we'll end the video there. So as you can see, you pull up, put it back into reverse as well, not as high resolution. I do believe the Seltos is higher, could also possibly be because this one might be dirty. You do also have parking sensors as well in this car. And yeah, just push the button for park, pull it up, and let's head outside. So yeah, some final thoughts. If you wanted more between these two cars, if you wanted more of like a little commuter car, I would say go with the Seltos. If you wanted more of a family car, go with the Rogue. And yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and this is my first comparison video. If you guys have I don't feel like I did that well, but if you guys have any advice on how I can improve or like what else I should include in my comparison videos, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.